The hottest team in baseball tries to do something that has not done all season, and that's a little bit surprising considering they went 31 and 5 over their previous 36 games. They are now in the second wild card spot, just behind the Yankees for that ever important home field advantage in the wild card matchup. They take on the Oakland Athletics, dwelling near the bottom of Major League Baseball, but something they have not done yet this season. They are 0 and 2 on live stream days here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. And with that, we welcome you into the Game Time Voice HQ. I'm your host, Mike Walsh, and I thank you for joining me for another live stream edition of Red Sox baseball here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel, the voice of the common sports fan. Today, the Red Sox will continue their series with the Athletics. No town, no nothing. They are currently playing their home games in Sacramento. They are away from Oakland, and they have yet to move to Las Vegas, so they are just the Athletics. Today, we got an interesting sort of matchup here. We thought, as I was putting in everything together, we thought Willie Abreu was going to slide into the lineup today. He came out last night, sort of a precaution. He fouled the ball off his foot, and Chad Tracy, with the game in hand, said, you know what, let's take him out. Let's not stress this any further. He was in the lineup until a little while ago, and Jaron Duran stayed in the lineup in left field, and Eli White, who was going to be in left field, got moved to right. So let's take a look at the lineups. First, we'll take a look at the batting order for the visiting Athletics. Henry Bolte in center field, batting first. Batting second, the shortstop Jacob Wilson. Batting third, the designated hitter Jonathan Heim. Batting fourth, the left fielder Tyler Soderstrom. Batting fifth, the first baseman Tommy White. Batting sixth, the catcher Brian Servin. Batting seventh, the right fielder Lawrence Butler. Batting eighth, the third baseman, and no, it is not the one you think, Max Muncy. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Alika Williams. They will go against today on the bump for the Red Sox. On the pitching matchup today, the lefty Jake Bennett, 7-4 with a 2.90 ERA, 71 innings pitched, and 50 strikeouts on the season. He will be going up against Gage Jump, 4-7 with a 4.59 ERA, 66 and 2/3 innings pitched, and 73 strikeouts. Meanwhile, for the Red Sox, I mentioned that lineup. Jahmai Jones, the DH, batting first. Cedar Rafaela in center field, batting second. Batting third, the third baseman, the Durbinator himself, Caleb Durbin. Batting fourth, back in the lineup, the first baseman, Wilson Contreras. Batting fifth, slowly finding his hot bat, Andrew Monasterio at shortstop. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Eli White. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Nick Sogard. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Jaron Duran, who recently just got back above 200 on his batting average. And batting ninth, the catcher, Connor Wong. Speaking of catchers, Adley Rutschman, the person acquired in the Orioles deal at the trade deadline, making a rehab start in Worcester today, so he might be on his way. Like I said, the Red Sox will be going up against Gage Jump, 4-7, 4.59 ERA, 66 and 2/3 innings pitched, and 73 strikeouts on the year. On what is a blistering hot day in Massachusetts, currently the temperature 91 degrees, feels like it's over 100. So it is a warm day for sure. There's a slight chance for some precipitation, but it's about just over 50%, so not too bad. So this game should be all set and ready to go. And the Red Sox last night just had an absolute humdinger of a game in their last outing against the Athletics behind Peyton Tolley. Red Sox won 13-1 after Peyton Tolley went 6 innings and struck out 14 180 on just 84 pitches. And Jake Bennett will look to keep that going today, as the lefties have been killing it in the absence of their main lefty ace, Garrett Crochet. And it's really the reason both Tolley and Bennett, their play was genuinely the reason why Connolly early was sent away in the trade deadline. And it wasn't that he was pitching bad. It was just the fact that Tolley and Bennett had played and pitched so well that if you were going to give up one of those amazing prospects, it was going to be Connolly early. But last night totally proved why he was there. So we are almost all set and ready to go. Meanwhile, get a chance to show you guys how the Red Sox are coming out. Actually, we'll take a look at the overall standings. First in the National League, the ones that really doesn't affect us. The Braves 70-46, although they lost to the Yankees last night. 8.5 game lead over the Phillies, and the Miami Marlins 12.5 games back, and then the Nationals and the Mets. In the NL Central, a bit closer. The Milwaukee Brewers at 72-44 hold a 4.5 game lead over the Chicago Cubs. And meanwhile, out west, the Dodgers 7.5 game lead over the Diamondbacks, although the Red Sox and some other teams have put a little bit of dent in that lead. Meanwhile, take a look at the wild card, much closer. The Cubs hold a 6 game lead for that first wild card spot and the chance to host a playoff series in the wild card round. Meanwhile, the Diamondbacks and the Phillies tied for that second wild card spot. The Padres only 2 games back. Cardinals only 3.5 games back. Marlins only 4 games back. The Reds, who are actually in 6th, my graphics don't seem to want to cooperate for some reason, they're 5 games back. And then the Pirates and the Nationals are 5.5 games back. So it is close in the wild card race. Meanwhile, coming out closer, let's take a look at the AL division race. The Tampa Bay Rays with a 4.5 game lead over the Yankees and a 5 game lead over the Red Sox. Meanwhile, in the Central, on the south side, the White Sox, having been swept by these Red Sox, their lead is down to 2 over both the Twins and the Guardians, and not that far behind, the Tigers with a 3.5 game lead, or 3.5 games behind the White Sox. And meanwhile, out west, the Astros have now vaulted the Rangers and hold a 1.5 game lead over Texas. Mariners not far behind; they hold 4 games behind the Houston Astros, I should say, and are 3.5 games behind Texas for that second place. Meanwhile, in the wild card, the Yankees 7 games up and holding that first wild card spot, but the Red Sox just a half game back of that first wild card spot. Meanwhile, for that last wild card spot, the Rangers hold a half game lead over both the Twins and the Guardians, a 2 game lead over both the Orioles and the Tigers, a 2.5 game lead over the Mariners, and a 3.5 game lead over the Blue Jays. The separation between 9th and 3rd is just 3.5 games. It is absolutely close, and the American League wild card should be set for an amazing finish to the season. For those of you wondering, first and foremost, normally I have a Red Sox jersey on, but it was a little bit too warm for that, as the first pitch from Jake Bennett is fouled off, and we are underway. And so the count is 0-1. So I wanted to keep as cool as possible, so got the plain white tee, but do have the Red Sox City Connect hat. Jake Bennett going against Henry Bolte to leave it off. The second pitch is outside for a ball, and the count's 1-0, or 1-1, I should say. Bennett mostly uses a four-seamer, a sinker, and a change, but does have a sweeper, cutter, and curve that he might throw in from time to time. Third pitch of the at-bat, swung on and missed on a fastball, and the count's 1-2. Like I mentioned, Bennett 7-4 on the season and a 2.59 ERA. Let's take a back look at the pitching matchup. 2.90. So under 3 ERA, not bad at all. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Jake Bennett. And one gone quickly in the top of the first. Like I said, the defensive alignment, Durbin at third, Monasterio at short, Sogard at second, Contreras at first. Left to right, Duran, Don, who made a great play yet last night, and Eli White, and Connor Wong doing the catching for Jake Bennett. Jacob Wilson stands in the shortstop. And he'll swing a miss at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and he buckles down to a knee in the process. First pitch, I believe, was right on time at 4:10. Wilson took a mighty hack at that one. Yes, a perfect day for $6 Fenway Park and a nice $10 Budweiser, although I would get some water in there if you can. 0-1, that one lined into right field, but coming in to make the catch is Eli White, and 2 quick ones for Jake Bennett. Umpires today, Tom Hanahan at the home plate, Ron Culpa, the crew chief at first, Scott Berry at second, and Manny Gonzalez, who was not sharp behind the plate last night, but he is over at third today. Jonathan Heim, the DH, steps in, and he'll look at a ball outside on a changeup. Not gonna lie, guys, this was one of those things where I had a very interesting day at work, was up and down, so really needed to stream. So happy to be streaming for you guys. 1-0 is fouled off. Actually, no, it was popped up to right field. White battling the sun, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So quick 1-2-3 inning for Jake Bennett. And we head to the bottom of the first, no score. So we will head to the bottom of inning number 1. It'll give us a chance to take a look at the upcoming schedule for these two teams. They will finish off their series tomorrow at 1:35. The Rays, I should say the Athletics, are headed back home. They will start with the Rays at the 3-game set, get an off day, and then 2 games against the Rangers. Meanwhile, for the Red Sox, they will be heading out on the road. First, they will head across the border to the north for a 4-game set against the Toronto Blue Jays. And then they'll be headed to the Berg to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh Pirates, ironically, the last Little League team I played for. So I'll be trying to keep a close eye on that, as I believe, if I could look at the upcoming schedule again, 6:40, 7:15. Yeah, we'll be watching this at PNC Park, one of my favorite ballparks that I've been to. Such a great ballpark to watch a game there. We'll take a look at the upcoming expected pitchers for those games. The Jake Bennett will get another start in the first game of the Pittsburgh series. Sonny Gray will go for the second game. Then Patrick Sandoval on August 16th, the Red Sox will be going against Paul Skeens. So Sunday, August 16th, Paul Skeens versus the Red Sox. Mark that on your calendars. Jahmai Jones will step in the DH slot. Masataka Yoshida getting a day off to start off the bottom of the first. So he'll work against Gage Jump in the first pitch, line to left field. That is a base hit. Over to cut it off there is Tyler Soderstrom. So Jahmai Jones jumps on the first pitch, and we got a runner on first quickly on the first pitch of the day. A's bullpen had a lot of work to do yesterday. So it can give them innings, but first pitch hit is not what they wanted. Here's Cedon, Ben, 289. Squares to bunt and tries to get one down the right field line, but it goes foul. Kind of interesting for Cedon to be swearing early with the runner on first. Well, he might have been trying to catch the A's off guard. This one's a bloop out to center field, but coming on to make the catch there for the A's is Henry Bolte, and our first out of the inning. Again, Athletics defense, Max Muncy at third, Jacob Wilson at short, Alico Williams at second, Tommy White at first, left to right, Tyler Soderstrom, Henry Bolte, and Lawrence Butler, and Brian Servin doing the catching for Gage Jump. Here comes Caleb Durbin standing in, and he'll look at a ball upstairs. Durbin batting .251, 11 homers, 53 RBIs has just been one of the reasons for this turnaround for the Red Sox. Batting, like I said, .251. The 1-0 pitch to Caleb. Looks at another high one, count 2-0. Jahmai Jones with the leadoff first, wearing the eye black, of course. Jump the lefty, delivers the 2-0. Upstairs, Jahmai Jones takes off, and he's in there sliding in for a stolen base. So the Red Sox running early on Gage Jump, getting an early jump, so to speak, on the A's pitcher. Second stolen base of the season. And Caleb Durbin will look at a 4-pitch walk. So runners on first and second with one out in the bottom of the first for the Red Sox. Now I'll bring up Wilson Contreras. Batting .288 for 20 with 23 homers and 70 RBIs on the season. Had the night off last night. Still kind of recovering from a concussion, but back in the lineup tonight. We'll look at a ball, a 98-mile-an-hour fastball outside. The runners in scoring position this year, 337, 6 homers, 7 doubles, and 46 RBIs. The best free agent signing the Red Sox have had in a while, and he swings at a ball down and fouls it off. And it counts 1-1. And Wilson's had his injury problem, so not sure if he's 100% right now. Chad Tracy believes he's back in. Pickoff throw at second. For Jahmai Jones just back in there safely. Chad Tracy, what a job he's done. Just taking over for the relieved Alex Cora. 1-1 pitch to Wilson. Swung and fouled that off. I think that might have caught a little bit of Brian Servin. Counts 1-2. It's a pretty good pitch to hit, but I think Wilson might have been a little bit behind it. Red Sox have been very good at getting early runs so far in this series. 1-2 pitch from Jump. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Jones takes off for third, and he's in there safe to strike out to Contreras. And actually, on that play, Caleb Durbin also went down to second. So a double steal for the Red Sox. And second and third with 2 out. Jahmai Jones with the early stain on the uniform as Andrew Monasterio digs in and he'll foul off a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. The count's 0-1. Mana has come on lately. 272, 6 homers, and 29 RBIs. He's really found his game. Engaged jump with the 0-1. That one's lined into right field. That's a base hit. Jahmai Jones is going to score. Caleb Durbin on his way down. Throws off line. 2-run single for Andrew Monasterio. And the Red Sox have an early 2-0 lead. Andrew Monasterio doing his job. Picking up the RBIs. And went the opposite way and landed right in front of the right fielder Lawrence Butler, whose throw took the catcher Brian Servin offline and scored 2. So the Red Sox with an early 2-0 lead. An early mound visit here for the Athletics. And that will bring up Eli White, batting 6th today and playing right field. He was originally slated to left, but Willie Abreu, a late scratch in the lineup. So that means Jaron Duran stays in. He goes to left, and Eli White comes to right. 228 on the year for Eli White, who is a trade deadline acquisition from the Atlanta Braves in exchange for a minor league prospect. And has played very well so far in his short time on the field. His jump with a pickoff throw to first, and Monasterio back easily. The 0-1 pitch coming to Eli. That one inside, and the count's 1-1, 98 miles an hour, the fastball. Monasterio leads off from first. 2-0 Red Sox on his RBI single that scored Jones and Durbin. White swings and misses on a slider outside. The count's 1-2. Home run odds today for FanDuel. White's plus 800 and Nick Sogard plus 1,000. For those of you who are into that sort of stuff. White fouls off a pitch. It'll be 1-2 again. "17 pitches already for jump. Working against White, the 6'2", 195-pound Greenville, South Carolina product. 32 years young. But he swings and misses on a fastball outside. Strikeout for jump, but the Red Sox get 2 in the bottom of the first. Give Jake Bennett a 2-0 lead headed to the top of the second. So a very good start here for the Red Sox. For those of you just joining us, we will take a look at the scoreboards. Here, we'll take a look at the American League Division standings. Tampa Bay Rays, the leaders in the East, 4.5 games up on the Yankees and 5 games up on the Red Sox. The Orioles and the Blue Jays well out of that race. Meanwhile, in the Central, pretty close. The White Sox with a 2-game lead over the Twins and Guardians, and a 3.5 game lead over the 4th place Detroit Tigers. Meanwhile, in the West, the Houston Astros have taken the lead and are 1.5 games up on the Rangers and 4 games up on the Mariners. Meanwhile, in the wild card in the American League, Red Sox just a half game up behind, I should say, behind the Yankees for that first wild card spot that gets the home field advantage in the wild card series, which is the 1 versus 3 wild card matchup. Meanwhile, the Red Sox sitting in the second wild card spot, just a half game back of the Yankees, but 6.5 games up on Texas. So the Red Sox, for those of you who don't know how this works, the Red Sox, if they sit in the second spot, I believe will take on the third best division leader, which at this point would be Houston. Get back to that in a sec. As the first pitch of the second inning grounded to Wilson Contreras, he'll take to the bag himself for the first out of the inning. So getting back to the standings here. Take a look at the wild card spots. Or back to the wild card spots, I should say. Rangers hold a half-game lead over the Twins and Guardians, a 2-game lead over the Orioles and Tigers, a 2.5-game lead over the Mariners, and a 3.5-game lead over the Blue Jays. First pitch to Tommy White is a ball up high, so the count's 1-0. So again, if the Red Sox can pass the Yankees, they will be at home for that wild card series. Second pitch to White fouled off, and the count's 1-1. If they stay where they are right now in the second wild card spot, they will be on the road against a division leader. Will be playoff. Take a look, see if I can find the format again. As the third pitch is outside to White by Bennett, and the count's 2-1. Bennett just 12 pitches right now. Top of the second, his 2-1 pitch popped up into right field. Eli White coming on, makes the catch, and we got 2 gone. And the top of the second. So the number 1 and number 2 seed, the number 1 and 2 division leaders with the best record, they get a bye into the ALDS. As the first pitch to Brian Serven is popped up but foul into the seats at Fenway. Counts 0-1. For the wild card series, the number 3 seed will face the number 6 seed. Actually, so I'm wrong. So the 1 and 2 wild card teams will face each other, and the last place wild card team will take on the division winner. So right now it will be Red Sox Yankees. It's the second pitch to Serven is outside for a ball. So right now it will be Red Sox Yankees again and again for the second straight year at Yankee Stadium. So can the Red Sox flip that and get it to Fenway? As this one's popped up to right. Eli White in action again, makes the catch. And that will retire the side. So Jake Bennett working quickly. He's through 2. As we head to the bottom of the second, where the Red Sox have a 2-0 lead. So again, top 2 division winners get a bye into the ALDS. The number 3 division winner will take on the number 3 wild card team and will host that series. And the 1 and 2 wild card teams will face each other, with the first wild card team hosting. So in case anybody's wondering, take a look and see what the out-of-town scoreboard is in Major League Baseball today. The Yankees and Braves are currently tied at the bottom of the 5th at 2, but the Yankees got a runner on third with nobody out. Angels also playing the Marlins. Next game isn't until 6:05 when the Blue Jays take on the Phillies. So if the Braves beat the Yankees today and the Red Sox win, they would jump into that first wild card spot. We'll take a look at the Red Sox schedule. The next time the Red Sox play the Yankees will be a series at Yankee Stadium in the last week or so, or last few days of August. August 28th to August 30th at Yankee Stadium. So either the Red Sox will pull ahead of them by then, or hopefully will be within 2 or 3 games, maybe even less, of the Yankees by the time that series rolls around. It is just worth mentioning, Red Sox were 32-46 and looked completely out of it. The first pitch to Nick Sogard is a ball. Nick batting .242 with 0 homers but 3 RBIs on the season. They've gone 31-5 over their last 36. They had a 15-game winning streak. They are currently riding, I believe, a 9-game winning streak. Sogard fouls one off and counts 2-1. This team is feeling special. Two-one pitch. Right at the top of the zone, first strike, count 2-2. Gage jump with 22, or I should say 18 pitches in that first inning. And a 2-run single from Andrew Monasterio. Got the Red Sox lead as that one swung on a miss by Sogard, strike 3. And one gone here in the bottom of the second. That will bring up Jarren Duran, who got his average above 200 recently, batting .204. He'll chop one past Jump, and he's going to get on base. Jump makes that play. It's an easy throw, but it's snuck under his glove. So Jarren on with 1 out in the bottom of the second. They'll bring up Connor Wong. Jump just kind of flailed at it, nicked his glove. Connor Wong back up, batting .252 on the season. First pitch to him doesn't nick the corner, and the count's 1-0. One pitch coming to Connor from Jump. That one catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. Duran on first with some speed. '27th pitch so far in the outing for Jump. We'll have to wait as he checks on Duran at first. Duran 17 for 20 at 85% on steals this season. Jump looks over, checks on him. Duran's going. Wong swings and grounds it to short. Duran on the move, so double play ball is not in effect. Duran moves up to second. And 2 outs. Back to the top of the order, Jahmai Jones. Singled in the first and had 2 stolen bases and scored on that Monasterio single. He swings and misses at the first pitch and counts 0-1. Jemai wearing number 37. Looks at a strike on the outer half of the plate and counts 0-2. A little bit of a delay here on my feed. Again, the Red Sox just a half game back of the Yankees and just 5 back of the Rays. 0-2 pitch to Jemai. Just inside. Counts 1-2. Hang on a sec, folks. Got some technical difficulties here. Taking a look back, counts 2-2. Speed was kind of bugging out for a second. 2-2 pitch to Jemai. Swung on a miss, strike 3, and jump gets out of danger with Duran stranded at second as we head to the top of the third. Red Sox still up 2-0. I don't know what that was. But, okay, so it's not the only one. I'm not the only one dealing with it. Okay, thank you for those in the chat that let me know. I was like, what the flip? This will give me a chance to take a look. I'm kind of switching channels here. As I'm double checking the as the Woo Sox already are up 5-0 on Lehigh Valley down over in Worcester. They're threatening to get more. Let's see how that came to be. So they are still in the bottom of the first. I'm just taking a look to see if we have any thing of what's going on. Woo Sox admin's probably thinking, I got to get this out quick. Back in Fenway, though, was the first pitch to Lawrence Butler, grounded to second, and Nick Sogard will throw him out. So one gone quickly here in the top of the third. So Adley Rutschman, I hope that's how you say his name, because I am all over the place right now. So this one, a second pitch is popped up to Sogard. Rafaela comes in, calls off Sogard, and 2 quick outs for Jake Bennett. Yep, so Adley Rutschman in his Woo Sox debut already, and we are not even 1 inning done, threw out a base runner in the top of the first and scored a run. I don't know if it was off a hit or if it was off a walk that he got on base. But either way, he scored thanks to Romy Gonzalez. Pitch to Alika Williams. His strike count 0-1. League batting .252 with 2 home runs and 10 RBI. Bennett just misses the top of the zone and the count's 1-1. One pitch to Williams from Bennett. That one fouled off and the count's 1-2. On a warm day at Fenway Park, although the shade's slowly coming in, that one spiked in the dirt and the count's 2-2. Seeing a lot of fans, both in the seats and in the hands at Fenway Park right now. 2-2 pitch upstairs, and Williams worked it full. It's 3-2. Bennett delivers. Misses the top of the zone. So from 0-2 to a 4-pitch walk, Williams gets on and brings back the top of the order and Henry Bolte. As we are getting a look right now on the screen of a drawing of what the A's stadium in Vegas is going to look like. And from what I heard, apparently it's going to be a retractable roof as the first pitch to Bolte is outside. Henry Bolte struck out in the first, which retractable roof in Las Vegas. What are we doing? Why isn't it just a roof? You play baseball in the hottest time in the hottest climate. Bolte swings and misses at a fastball, count 1-1. Like, what are we doing having a retractable roof in the desert during one of the hottest points of the year? One pitch, high again, 2-1. Oh, so Rutschman flies out the left to end the first inning, so he basically batted around to himself. That's a heck of a job. 2-1. That one popped up. Cedon comes in and makes the catch. And so 3 quick innings for Jake Bennett will head to the bottom of the third, with the Red Sox still up 2-0. Yeah, but April and May weather in Vegas is a lot different than April and May weather in Boston. So normal. Okay. Well, okay. Let me just say this, because Google Gemini has said this. In Las Vegas, normally, April features about 77 to 79 degree highs. Now, what the actual field temp is, that's different. Now, the lows are low. It's 53 to 55. It goes from 77 to 79 in April. May average highs are 88 to 91 and lows are 63 to 66. What the heck? To go from 77 to 79 to 88 to 91. And that's just in May. That is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Meanwhile, while we get a break in the action, it will give me a chance to check out. No score yet in Foxborough between the New England Revolution and the Houston Dynamo. to the original Blue Bloods in the Eastern Conference. In MLS, Cedar Rafaela digs in to start the bottom of the third. Look at a ball outside. The Revolution sit in third place in the Eastern Conference right now, just 1 point up on fourth place Chicago. 1-0 to Cedar, fouls it back, count 1-1. Cedar, they're showing you right now, with an amazing diving catch last night. Nobody was happier than Peyton Tolley, believe me. 1-1 pitch to Rafaela. Fouls off another one, count 1-2. I think one of the coolest part, I watched that game until probably want to say the 6th. And then went to bed. Rafael looks at a ball outside. Cedar made the diving catch. Tolley went absolutely crazy. And then Cedar looked at his glove. And he has a little piece of gold on it. Obviously because of his gold glove that he won last year. So almost as if he was checking to make sure, oh yeah, no, that glove is still golden. So he fouls off another one. Man, I don't think there's any doubt that if Cedar doesn't get a gold glove this year, that's a problem. 2-2 pitch. Inside, counts full, 3-2. Oh, according to Google, thank you. Thank you in the chat for letting me know. It's fully enclosed stadium. Thank goodness. Full count pitch to Cedar. And he'll line that one into center field, a base hit. Cedar 1 for 2 today. Red Sox have a runner on with nobody out. As Gage jump up to 39 pitches. Didn't get much on it, but got enough on it. Now I'll bring up the Durbinator. Caleb Durbin, who walked his first plate appearance, squares the bunt, but failed to get it down, and the count's 0-1. Red Sox doing more small ball recently, which has done them wonders. A 1 pitch, we'll have to wait for it as jump checks on Rafael at first. Rafael will lead back off. Not really much of a lead. As the 0-1 pitch comes to Caleb, and he swings and fouls it up on the first base side over to get it and make the catch after the ball trailed a little bit was Tommy White, and there's one gone here in the bottom of the third. Now I'll bring up Wilson Contreras, who struck out on a potential hit and run opportunity. So the Red Sox were able to get the double steal in his first at-bat. Average down to 287, 23 homers and 70 RBIs. He'll look at a ball down low, slider. I mean, I don't think you could put enough words on the importance of Wilson Contreras on this team. The 1-0 pitch. Inside, count 2-0. I mean, I'm trying to think there's only a handful of guys, and maybe I can count on one hand, who have won a World Series on this team. Wilson's another one, as that's in there for a strike, count 2-1. As a matter of fact, Wilson, Contreras, and Aroldis Chapman both won their World Series championships on the same team. They were a part of the Miracle Cubs back in 2016. Contreras looks at a strike on the other half. It counts 2-2. Other than that, I think Garrett Whitlock is the only one, as I think he was on that 2018 team that won it. Check over Rafael. His count still 2-2. Sucks. 2-2 to Wilson. Outside, he's worked it full on a changeup. Ball 3-2. Nope. So Wilson and Chapman are the only ones. I don't think Garrett Whitlock was on that Red Sox team. 3-2 pitch to Contreras from jump. That's rung up. Strike 3. Contreras is going to challenge it. And I think he might be wrong here. Yes, just nicks the corner. So that's strike 3, and there's 2 gone. I think Wilson got confused because of the frame job by Brian Servin. Contreras couldn't believe that caught the piece of the zone. Bring up Andrew Monasterio. He'll look at a strike at pretty much that exact same spot, and the count's 0-1. He's reached base in 20 straight games and batting .409 in that stretch. Got the only runs for the Red Sox on a 2 RBI single. We'll foul that one off. Count 0-2. Stereo going with the shades tonight, or I should say this evening. Jump again. We'll check on Rafaela. What do you guys think? Is 4 o'clock? Do we start at? Well, actually, now it's almost 5. But would this be considered evening, or are we still in afternoon? Very interesting. 0-2 pitch. Monasterio will foul that off. Yep, around 5 or 6 is when evening comes about. Then 8 or 9 is when we get to night. My Google search just on this live stream alone is interesting. Monasterio will pop this one up into center field. Coming on to make the catch to end the inning is Henry Bolte. The Red Sox unable to get a 3rd run home. We will head to the top of the 4th. Again, right now it is warm. 91 degrees, and it feels like it's 100. Although, shout out to my dad, who I know is watching the stream. Helped me pick out a new AC unit. And installed it himself while I was at work. So appreciate you, Dad, for doing that. Now, it can only do so much because of how hot it is outside. But right now, I believe it's around 72 to 73 in my apartment. And the only reason why it's that high is because it is boiling outside. So it is very, very comfortable here in the Game Time Boys studios. But also because of how hot outside is because I'm just wearing a plain white t-shirt. It's just because it was a little too warm Pittsburgh jersey. So, went with the ball cap to show the Red Sox fandom right now. So, again, if you're just joining us, take a look at the upcoming schedule for these two teams. The Red Sox, one more against the Athletics. Then they'll head north of the border for a 4-game set against the Toronto Blue Jays. Then headed to the Burgh and the Steel City for a 3-game set against Pittsburgh. Only 2 because schedule doesn't go that far. A's, one more here. Then head back home for a 3-game series against the Rays and a 3-game series against the Rangers. As Jake Bennett back to work and pours a strike right in the hard zone. The count's 0-1 as he work here. I believe this is Jacob Wilson. Yes, it is. And Wilson will foul that off. The count's 0-2. Jacob Wilson lined out to first. Or lined out some way, and he went down and golfed that one into left field. Don couldn't get there. That's going to one-hop against the monster. Wilson thinking about 3. He's going to pull up. And he split the gap for his 14th double of the season. Runner on second here with nobody out. I'll tell you what, if you saw where that pitch is, there's no reason he should have gotten that pitch. Don just missed it. So the first hit of the game for the Athletics comes in the top of the 4th. Now bring up Jonathan Heim. Oh, look at a sweeper down. It's ball 1. Don right now with the sunglasses on the back of his hat. And the 1-0 pitch from Bennett to Heim. Fouled off. The count's 1-1. Yeah, look at Peyton Tolle, who again had a career high in strikeouts last night and was just dealing across 6 innings. 1-1 pitch from Bennett to Heim. Swung on a miss on a changeup, and the count's 1-2. Peyton Tolle with the shades on and the mustache. This is the first time that I've said this. Peyton Tolle is this year's Gronk for the Red Sox. And I'll just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. 1-2 pitch fouled off from Heim. It's just electric on and off the field. I'm trying to think. Actually, no, I like that comparison. As Heim swings and misses on a fastball out of the zone, and the first out of the inning for Jake Bennett. Gets a finger gun salute from Peyton Tolle. There's one gone. And the top of the 4th, I'll bring up Tyler Soderstrom, who's 0 for 1. Peyton Tolle, first Red Sox with 14 Ks since Chris Sale back in 2019. Soderstrom will look at a strike on a sinker. It's just the coolest guy in the room. Soderstrom also 0 for 1. And the 0-1 pitch from Bennett to him. Swung on a miss on a changeup, count 0-2. Soderstrom grounded out back in the second. Average down to 245 with 18 homers and 53 RBIs. Oh, 2 pitch. That one fouled off. Count stays at 0-2. So again, if you are just joining us, this is just the Athletics. Currently playing in Sacramento before they get to Las Vegas. As a swing and a miss by Soderstrom, and that's strike 3. 2 gone in the top of the 4th for Jake Bennett. So no. So here comes. Actually, yeah, here comes Tommy White. He'll look at a ball outside. White flew out to second, or flew out in the second. Average down to 263. The 1-0 pitch from Bennett. This one lined. That one grabbed by Monasterio. And that prevents a run as Wilson is going to stop at third. So good job from Mona to keep that in the infield. First and third with 2 outs. There was a big hole, and Mona had to cover a lot of ground. But a heck of a play there. So first and third, 2 out. Now bring up Ryan Serven. First pitch he'll see is a strike on the inside corner. Serven 0 for 1 today as well. 0-1 for Bennett. Foul back and counts 0-2. Serven flew out back in the second. Right at 200, his batting average now with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. As time is called for the batter Serven to avoid a pitch clock violation. "44 pitches in the 4th inning for Bennett. And he's right on pace. And even with all, he's right on pace even with all the pitches he's thrown this inning. His 0-2. Chop foul. We'll do it again. It's the 45th pitch. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. Top of the 4th, Red Sox up 2-0. Commentary here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. That's a high chopper. Bennett's going to come to get it. He kicks it. And unable to get a tag on it is Wong. And the Athletics with their first run of the game. Cutting that lead, it's 2-1. It's just a really high chopper. Bennett gets that cleanly. Actually, if he gets that cleanly, I don't know if he really has a play. It was chopped that high. Andrew Bailey will come out to settle him down. Bennett has thrown a lot of pitches this inning. Lefty trying to get out of here without further damage. Keep the Red Sox lead intact. Will work to Lawrence Butler, who's 0 for 1, actually 0 for 2, I should say, with a fly out and a ground out. Bennett's first pitch to Butler, right at the bottom of the zone for a strike. Lawrence Butler in 5 games against the Red Sox this season, .357 batting average. Love facing the boys in red. The 0-1 pitch to him. Skipped in the dirt. Wong blocks it. Count 1-1. This will be the 21st pitch of the inning for Bennett. By comparison, he threw 8, 8, and 12 pitches in the first 3. 1-1 to Butler. Checks his swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. Count 2-1. Rocking the shades today is Butler. 2-1 pitch. That one's lined into center field. Cedon going back. He's got this one. Bennett able to escape without further damage, but the A's get one back. It is 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. So, Bennett able to escape without further damage. So, like I said, Adley Rutschman, who came over in a trade from the Orioles, making his first rehab start with the Woo Sox. Meanwhile, Roman Anthony taking batting practice off the pitching machine, which he has upgraded from soft toss and hitting off the tee. Not at high velocity, but is making steps towards it. So the good news on that front. Meanwhile, Wilyer Abreu out today because he fouled a pitch off his shin yesterday and had it sore today, so that's why he's not in the lineup. Trevor Story ramped up his activity of a sports hernia. Could be going out on rehab assignment soon also. Garrett Crochet throwing for the first time in over 2 months, but still a ways away from rehab assignment. And it's just a laundry list of more and more players for the Red Sox. Eli White will step in to begin the bottom of the 4th. Work against Gage Jump. I'll foul one off, and the count's 0-1. Eli struck out in the 1st. Average down to 226. The 0-1 pitch from Jump. White looks at I thought it was a ball outside, but it's called a strike, and White doesn't want to burn the second challenge, so the count's 0-2. 0-2 pitch to Eli. In the dirt, counts 1-2. As the shadows covering third base and home plate and halfway up the first base line. Otherwise, it is sunny in the Fens. 1-2 pitch to Eli. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Second strikeout for Eli White today. Yeah, that Athletics run was based off a bunch of lucky breaks. Now I'll bring up Nick Sogard. 0 for 1 today. He swings and misses on a curveball in the dirt. It counts 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from jump. Sogard fouled that one off of Servin's mask. And the count's 0-2. Now Servin back behind the plate. Jump from the windup. And Sogard golfs one into left field. That one's going to bang off the monster and get past the left fielder. Soderstrom and Sogard into second easily with a stand-up double. The Red Sox have a runner on second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. 4th double of the season for Nick. He went down and got that one. Now I'll bring up Jarren Duran. Reached on an error in the second. I don't know why that means he's 0 for 1. As he fouls one off. Jarren this season with runners in scoring position, 276, 2 doubles, 7 homers, and 49 RBIs. Wilyer Abreu in the bullpen. Not in the bullpen, in the dugout. Again, fouled one off his foot and it's just a little sore, so Red Sox giving him a day off. Jarren has really come on the last 14 games, 302 with 3 homers and 8 RBIs. Also has 3 steals in that sequence. 0-2 pitch to him here. Swings and misses at a high fastball, and that's a strikeout for jump. 2 gone in the bottom of the 4th. Just swinging a pitch out of the zone. Now I'll bring up Connor Wong. Oh for 1 today. First pitch to him. Outside for a ball. Counts 1-0. Connor grounded out in the second to shortstop. Average down to 250. 3 homers, 19 RBIs. 1-0 pitch. That one inside and dance out of the way. Count 2-0. 63 pitches for Gage Jump. Red Sox have scored 51 runs over the last 5 games. Most since they did that exact number back in August of 2011. Two-0 pitch to Connor. That one popped up in the infield. Coming over to make the catch, Alika Williams, and that will retire us here in the 4th. Red Sox unable to bring in a runner from second. And scores still 2-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. So I want to give this opportunity to thank you guys for showing some love on the recent content. I've been super busy at work, so haven't had a chance to film any videos per se. I've been keeping up with the shorts as best as I can. So I want to thank you guys for doing that, for showing some love to those. But I might try and see if I could film a few videos this week and sort of build up a inventory of videos for the next few weeks. So let's see if that happens. But then again, I might be more busy than I was this week. Got about a month, little under a month left till I believe I'm going to be back. Yeah, you know what? I probably should have thought about the way I said that before I said it. Yeah. No, yeah, the shorts I posted on the channel instead of just saying all the shorts that I have. I probably should have worded that better. But Jake Bennett back to work, 50 pitches through 4 innings. Working against Max Muncy. Looks at a ball up high and the count's 1-0. I'm not going to lie, when I first looked at the A's lineup and I saw this name batting 8th as the 1-0 pitch is at the bottom of the zone for a strike. Counts 1-1. I legit looked at it, I'm like, why the heck did the A's trade for Max Muncy? And why did the Dodgers let him go? Pitch outside, count 2-1. I was like, there's no way that both teams made this trade. And then I realized, oh no, it's a different Max Muncy. 2-1 pitch to him. Grounded foul, count 2-2. I thought for some reason this was the bulking left-handed hitter from the Dodgers. As he swings and misses on a changeup from Bennett, that's the first out of the top of the 5th. Because I was like, there's no way that trade makes sense for either team. A's clearly in a rebuild. And Dodgers going for 3 straight World Series. As Alika Williams stands in and fouls one off, count 0-1. A 1 pitch from Bennett. That one hits the shoe of Williams and he'll head to first. So a shoe topper puts Williams on. Right off the big toe. I'll bring up Henry Bolte, who 0 for 2 today. First pitch in his 3rd at bat, swung on and missed on a cutter at the bottom of the zone, count 0-1. Strikeout and the flyout today for Henry. Williams at first after a hit by pitch, 0-1 pitch to Bolte. That one lined foul over the third base side. Count 0-2. No way they have the same birthday. They got the same birthday. Obviously, years apart. Assuming this Max Muncy is much younger. But that's crazy. Well, 60th pitch for Bennett, 0-2 in the dirt, count 1-2. Bennett hoping to go 6 innings again, just like Tolley yesterday. That one clips the bottom of the zone for strike 3. 2 gone here in the top of the 5th. Red Sox, no team in Red Sox history has ever recorded multiple 10-game win streaks in a season. Red Sox with a win today would do just that. This team is rewriting the record books. Of this franchise. That one lined into left field. That's a base hit. That one's going to skip off the monster. Duran over to get it quickly. Throwing to second, not in time. The A's got runners in second and third with 2 out. Took a Red Sox hop off the monster. Otherwise, Williams might have been headed to home. That will bring up Jonathan Heim. 0 for 2 today. First pitch to him. Upstairs, 1-0. One pitch to him. That one lined left field. That one's going to bang off the monster. Duran over to get it. Cuts off Heim at second. But 2 runs are in, and the Athletics have their first lead of the game in the top of the 5th. Last 2 innings has come apart for Jake Bennett. That was a wall ball double. So runner at first with 2 out. And Tyler Soderstrom. Look at a ball outside. He's grounded out and struck out today. One pitch from Bennett. Outside. 2-0. Pitch count up to 66. Two-zero pitch from Bennett. Below the zone, ball 3. "17 pitches this inning for Bennett. He's thrown 22 and 17 the last 2 innings. After the first 3, he threw 8, 8, and 12. 3-0 pitch. Clips the outside corner for strike 1. Quick check of the out-of-town scoreboard. Yankees up 4-3, top of the 8th. So that one's outside, ball 4. Runners in first and second. Some players getting warm in the Red Sox bullpen, and Andrew Bailey will come out to talk to Bennett. So again, Yankees up 4-3, top of the 8th, 2 outs. So if that score holds, the Red Sox would have to come back to keep pace. That will bring up Tommy White, 1 for 2 today. couple players getting loose in the Red Sox bullpen. First pitch from Bennett to White. Here it is. That one clips the bottom of the zone. White single back in the fourth. I'm off second, Soderstrom off first. 32 Athletics, top 5. One pitch. White holds up, counts 1-1. With the pitch count up, this might be the last inning for Bennett. Swung on a miss on a changeup by White, counts 1-2. Can Bennett get out of this without further damage? His 1-2 pitch to White. Fouled off on a half-hearted swing. They'll do it again on a sinker. I think that young fan in the front row got that foul ball. Going out on a blistering summer's day will be worth it for him going home. 74th pitch of the outing for Bennett. Chopped to third. Caleb Durbin will go to second. And the Red Sox will get out of there trailing by 1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th at Fenway Park. Meanwhile, over at Gillette Stadium, Houston Dynamo with a 1-0 lead over the Revolution. Right on the stroke, an injury time in the first half. Guillermo Augusto puts it past Matt Turner. So the Revs down 1-0. Still at the top of the 8th in Yankee Stadium. Yankees with a 4-3 lead. Can't believe the Red Sox are losing this team. I know, but it's the bottom of the 5th. Mr. Goat 1996. And we have no reason to believe that they can't come back from this just based on the 13-inning game against the White Sox. That dispels all rumors that this team can't come back from anything. I can just tell you, it's not Dylan Cease from the Blue Jays on the mound right now. Bottom of the 5th, Jahmai Jones, top of the order for the Red Sox. Look at a ball outside. Jahmai singled in the first and came home to score one of the Red Sox. Only 2 runs so far. The 1-0 pitch to him. That one crushed but foul. It got out in a hurry into the sweet level. Counts 1-1. Gauge jump at 66 pitches right now. It's 1-1 to Jahmai. That one laced into left field. That's a base hit. That's going to hit off the CVS sign. Jones will rumble into second, standing up, and he'll stop right there. So leadoff double for Jahmai Jones as the Red Sox in business. His 5th double of the season. He has been a welcome addition to this Red Sox team. I'll bring up Cedon. Look at a ball outside. Jones putting the mitt on. As the 1-0 pitch coming to Cedon. Fouls it off. And home plate umpire might have gotten clipped. I don't know if it was from Rafael's bat or the foul ball, but either way, he got a little clip. But it wasn't as bad as it could have been. I'll shake it off. Cedon single back in the 3rd. Average at 290 right now. The 1-1 pitch to Rafaela. I'll have to wait. His jump will watch back Jones to the bag at second. '70th pitch from Jump. Here it is. In the dirt, count 2-1. Jones does have a steal off 3rd. Well, with no outs, I don't think he'll go right now and jeopardize losing that. 2-1 pitch to Rafaela. Took a mighty hack, but it was in the dirt. Count 2-2. Jump at 71 pitches, depending how many he throws this inning. Might be done, and Rafael chases again for strike 3. There's 1 gone. That one just fell off the table. And I'll bring up Caleb Durbin. 0 for 1 today. First pitch of the at-bat. Durbin couldn't check his swing, and the count's 0-1. Walk in the first and scored a run. Also has a stolen base to his credit. A 1 pitch to Caleb. Below the zone, count 1-1. Again, Jahmai Jones at second. 1-1 count. Durbin looks at another ball below the zone. Count 2-1. Red Sox got to be patient. Two-one pitch coming to Caleb. Here it is. No. Pump fake from Jump. He'll look back at Jahmai. '76th pitch of the outing coming from Jump. Here it is. That one right at the top of the zone for a strike. Counts 2-2. Red Sox fans trying to cheer on Caleb. 2-2 pitch. Chopped up the middle. Hits off the glove of Jump. He will go to first for the out. Jones moves over to third. And there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th. Now I'll bring up Wilson Contreras, who's 0 for 2 today. Again, runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Wilson batting .368 on the year. First pitch to Contreras. Up high for a ball 1-0. Contreras has struck out twice today. 1-0 pitch to him. Right at the bottom of the zone for a strike. Love Wilson. Breakout here. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. The count's 1-2. Jahmai Jones at third. 81st pitch of the outing coming up for Gage Jump. 1-2 count to Contreras. And he explodes it by him for strike 3 at 99. So the Red Sox leave a runner stranded 90 feet away. And we will head to the top of the 6th with the Athletics up 3-2. Red Sox are leaving ducks on the pond. It's starting to feel like it's me. Again, Red Sox are 0 for 2 on live streams that I've done of their games. Again, it's 1 run, and we're 4 innings left. So, again, based on the extra inning game they had against the White Sox, this is not the worst case scenario by any means of the imagination. Again, for those of you just joining us, I want to welcome you in to Red Sox baseball coverage here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. And taking a look at the upcoming schedule for these teams, they will face off one more time tomorrow afternoon. For the A's, head back to Sacramento. And the Red Sox will head north of the border to Toronto. A's will welcome the Rays for 3 games and the Rangers for 3 games. Red Sox will have 4 in Toronto before they head for a 3-game set against the Pirates. And again, I'll just say this. Pittsburgh might be my favorite away ballpark that I've ever been to. Jake Bennett back to work. His first pitch is a strike. And that one looped and caught on a beautifully played ball by Wilson Contreras. 1 gone here in the top of the 6th. Yeah, I don't think the Red Sox are going to have to worry about snow this time. So I don't think I've told this story on live stream. As Lawrence Butler steps in for the Athletics, and they'll look at a strike right at the bottom of the zone. So my dad and I went to Ohio, we went to Ohio for a couple of college visits. As the 0-1 pitch to Butler is fouled off, count 0-2. Stopped by Franciscan University, which was a beautiful campus in Ohio on a hilltop. Couldn't recommend it more. And we also stopped at Walsh University in Canton, right by the Pro Football Hall of Fame, which, by the way, congrats to the class that was inducted recently. But Walsh was probably more so for the merch than anything else. And maybe for the food that was being grilled. But on the way back, we flew out of Pittsburgh to get back to Boston, and we caught a Pirates game. Now, I believe this was closer to April or May, so the temperature was a little colder. As the 0-2 pitch to Butler, it's outside, count 1-2, and it was like low 50s, I think, at the Pirates game, and my dad and I had to get like winter hats and coats and everything. Of course, Pirates related, as that one's up high, 2-2. And finally, I think it was like the 5th or 6th inning. We were like, the heck with this, we're done. As Butler fouls off another one, count still 2-2. So long story short, we get back to our hotel room, we wake up, and we find out that it snowed when we left the ballpark. 2-2 pitch to Butler, fouled away again. So it was snowing after we went to bed at PNC Park. And it was crazy. So I had a lot of fun memories in Pittsburgh. 2-2 again to Butler, fouls off another one. Yeah, you know what? Because of the snow, maybe low 40s. Another 2-2 to Butler. Fouls off another one. Max Muncy on deck. 2-2 again. That one, a chop foul again. Butler grinding right now against Jake Bennett. Now this will definitely be Bennett's last inning of work. Another 2-2. Up high, count 3-2. I don't think anybody's up in the Red Sox bullpen. 3-2 pitch, high, and he walked him. So another runner on. Actually, no, there is someone up. It's Justin Slayton, and Chad Tracy's going to come out and get Jake Bennett. So 88 pitches, got through 5 1/3. That leaves a runner stranded on first. Pitch and change from Fenway. Justin Slayton coming in. We'll be back. Fucking Slayton shut the door. Top of the sixth, Athletics with a 3-2 lead. And have gotten to the Red Sox bullpen. Basically had to use 2 pitchers yesterday. And the second one after Tolley was one they called up from AAA. So their normal bullpen arsenal is full tilt today. After it was taxed in that White Sox game. And a runner on first, 1 out. Slayton coming in. So 5 in the third, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts on the day for Jake Bennett. Justin Slayton will take over. 34 games pitched, 4.55 ERA. And I believe we have a pinch hitter here for the excuse me. As McNeil will step in. And Wong will throw down to second. And Butler with a stolen base. So now a runner in scoring position for the Athletics. Kind of had a jumping start. That's what got him the advantage. So 1-0 count. Is Jeff McNeil pinch hitting, 251, 4 homers, 35 RBIs on the season. Slayton again. Outside, count 2-0. Lawrence Butler will lead off of second. A's with a 3-2 lead and looking for more. Slayton left it outside again. 3 straight balls to come out of the pen. Looks like we have another pinch hitter on deck for the A's. Slayton with his first strike, a cutter on the outside corner. Again, the Yankees with the lead over their opponent as Slayton walks McNeil. Now runners at first and second, 1 out. So Yankees with a 5-3 lead now in the top of the 9th over the Atlanta Braves. So Red Sox got to come back to keep pace. They'll drop a game and drop to a game and a half behind the Yankees for the top wild card spot. It'll be Walton who will check in for the Athletics. Donovan Walton, 33 or 333 batting average with runners in scoring position. Butler in second, McNeil on first. Connor Wong throw down to third, and Butler swipes third. Actually, it's a double steal. So now runners on second and third. It's a double steal as the A's in business now. Now 1-1 count. Slayton's 1-1 pitch. High count 2-1. 4 out of the 6 pitches he has thrown. Actually, 6 out of the 8 pitches he's thrown have been balls. And that one's crushed to right field, actually right center field. That one's going to hop over the wall for a ground rule double. 2 runs will score, and the A's have a 5-2 lead. One strike he might have thrown right down Broadway. Henry Bolte will step in. That one's below the zone. This is almost getting comical for me, for my luck streaming Red Sox games. That one grounded to short. Easy play for Monasterio. Throws over to first. And in time, there's 2 gone. I'll bring up Jacob Wilson, 2 for 3. It's an offense that all of a sudden has gone cold today. And a pitching staff who has not helped. First pitch to Wilson fouled off. Oh, 1 pitch to Wilson. Just below the zone for a ball. Jake Bennett on the hook for the loss. Wilson will pop one up. Eli White coming in, makes the catch, and that will end the inning. But the Athletics get 2 more and extend their lead to 5-2. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees with a 5-3 lead, but the Braves have a runner on second with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Meanwhile, the Revolution still down 1-0 in Foxborough, 51st minute. Don't need all of it back here, but you would like to cut in that deficit this half inning. And I want to thank all of you joining us here for Red Sox Baseball on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. I'm your host, Mike Walsh, and I thank you for joining me here on a Saturday evening. And one that is boiling. Just an absolutely boiling day. It is currently 90 degrees in Boston and feels like 96. Imagine you're one of the people at Fenway. Out in the heat watching this. First pitch to Monasterio is Gage jump back to work. Is a strike on the outside corner. Come on, Nesson. That pitch is outside. Count 1-1. Monasterio had a single that brought in the Red Sox only 2 runs today, back in the first. A's have scored 5 straight after that. 1-1. Monasterio lays off, count 2-1. Monasterio, White, and Sogard due up. 2-1 pitch to Andrew. Outside, count 3-1. Raymond Burgos. Up in the Red Sox bullpen. Good. Make sure Slayton doesn't see another inning here today. 3-1 to Andrew. Right at the bottom of the zone for a strike. I'm just going to say it. Nesson has some of the worst signaling quality of any network that I watch. It's unbelievable. And I live in Massachusetts. 3-2. Inside, ball 4. Mana draws a walk to start the 6th. Should I say, actually, it's Mona. Mona draws a walk. They're going to look at Gage, jump, strikeouts. 7 out of the 9 have been on fastballs. And 7 of the 9 have been outside or on the outside part of the plate. Eli White digging in with 2 strikeouts. Looks at a strike at the top of the zone. Nick Sogard and Jared Duran after him. Oh, 1. Clips the bottom of the zone for strike 2. '90th pitch of the outing for Gage jump. Chopped foul, and White will do it again. Yeah, and White came over in a trade with the Atlanta Braves. The trade deadline in the lineup today because Wilyer Abreu got some soreness after fouling a ball off his foot. 0-2 pitch to White. Grounded, third base. Second will get Monasterio over to first, not able to get White. So he will reach on a fielder's choice. A heck of a play by Tommy White over at third. It was moved to third. Made a slide and threw to second base in time. I'll bring up Nick Sogard. Swings and misses at a sinker on the outside corner. Oh, 1 pitch to him. In the dirt. Count 1-1. Sogard 1 for 2 today. Can keep this inning rally going. Squares the bunt, lays down a beauty on the third base side, and beats it out. So a sacrifice attempt nets 2 runners on for the Red Sox. Split the pitcher and the third baseman. Sogard with that flea getting over. That might be the end of the day for Gage jump. No, he's just going to get a mound visit from the pitching coach. Brady Basso and Luis Medina. Warming up in the A's bullpen. Here comes Jarren Duran. White at second, Sogard at first. First pitch to Duran. Line foul off the left field line side. Should say third base side. That might be a little bit easier there, Michael. Counts 0-1. And Durant swings and misses on a second pitch out of the zone on a sweeper and counts 0-2. Oh, 0-2 to Jarren. 97th pitch of the outing coming for Gage Jump. And Duran chases one well below the zone for strike 3. The last 2 pitches nowhere near the strike zone. I'll bring up Connor Wong. 0 for 2 today. First pitch to him. Swings and misses at one well above the zone. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Connor's grounded out and popped out today. Oh, 1 pitch. Outer part of the zone for strike 2. This will be the 100th pitch for Gage Jump. His 0-2 pitch to Connor Wong. Here it is. Blows it by him at 99 for strike 3. 100 pitches on the day for Gage Jump. He gets through 6, and the Red Sox leave 2 on. And we head to the top of the 7th with the A's up 5-2. Red Sox just can't seem to find a groove. Ironically, when we're doing the games. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'll step aside for just a sec, folks. We got 3 innings left here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Athletics up 5-2 on the Red Sox. Back to work here in the top of the 7th as Jonah Heim will fly out to Cedar Rafaela. And we got one gone here in the top of the 7th. As new pitcher for the Red Sox. As Soderstrom fouls one off, and it's 0-1. Raymond Burgos in now for the Red Sox. Soderstrom will foul one off down the third base line. Durbin will give it a look, but it will hit the top of the dugout. Count 0-2. I want to make sure I grab myself some water here on this warm day. Oh, 2 pitch coming to Soderstrom. That one comes way inside, almost gets him. "5-2 Athletics, top of the 7th. 1-2 pitch to Soderstrom. Just outside, counting 2-2. Seventh pitch out of the bullpen for Burgos. Here it is. And that one lined down the third base line, but it will get into the seats. And they'll do 2-2 count again. Burgos worked last night, was the only other pitcher besides Peyton Tolley who worked last night. And Soderstrom crushes this one. Right field deep. That's gone. Tyler Soderstrom puts one in the right field, his 19th of the year, and the A's have added another. It is now 6-2. Unbelievable. Flying one out to right field is Tommy White. Eli White will make the catch. So a White fly out to White. There's 2 gone. This is, I talked about wanting to do more Red Sox live streams before we get hockey, basketball, and football back. I don't know if I should. Burgos puts a strike in the zone to Brian Servant. 1 for 3 today. I mean, really, hottest team in baseball, yet they haven't won any of my live streams this season. They're 0 for 2 and look like they're headed for 0 for 3. I want spiked in the dirt. It's 1-1. This is crazy. 1-1 pitch just outside. Count 2-1. No, you're right. You can't win them all. Absolutely. No, this team is. As that one's grounded to Monasterio, he'll glove it, throw on to first in time. That will end the 7th. Sweet Caroline on deck. Can it rally the Red Sox? We head to the bottom of the 7th, down 4. No, I'm not blaming myself or anything like that. It's just it's weird. It's just weird that the one thing you haven't done is win when I've been live streaming these games. And I'll be honest, I hope this doesn't. No, no, watch. This is exactly what happened with the last game I did. Dylan Cease pitched an absolute beauty and just absolutely owned the Red Sox. The next day, they scored like 5 or 6, like in the first 2 innings, and just rolled. So I think this again. This I don't know. Once is a coincidence. Well, actually, no. Once is just happenstance. 2 is a coincidence. 3, you start asking questions. So, can the Red Sox? Can you get 2 here? Don't need all 4 back this half inning, but can you get 2? If you get 2, slowly start to creep away. Jahmai Jones will lead off. Look at a strike right at the bottom of the zone. Luis Medina in to pitch. For the Athletics, his gauge jump went 6 innings, only gave up 2 runs on 100 pitches even. 0-1 to Jahmai. Fouls it back straight. It's 0-2 quickly. Jahmai 2 for 3 today. Bottom of the 7th, Red Sox down 6-2. An 0-2 pitch coming to Jones. Outside, 1-2. Jones today has a single and a double. Also has 2 stolen bases and a run scored. 1-2 pitch, chop foul. Man, I really don't want to keep paying attention to it, but man, Nesson is just so choppy today. Might have something to do with the weather. I don't know. One, two to Jahmai, and he skies one. In the infield, Neil over makes the catch, 1 gone. I'll bring up Cedar Rafael, 1 for 3 today. I think I just saw the wave making its way around Fenway, which is worst thing that can happen right now. Rafael will foul one off to the first base side, count 0-1. A 1 pitch to Rafaela. Will poke one in right field, but it'll hang up there for Lawrence Butler. He makes the catch, 2 gone. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, Houston with a 2-0 lead over the Rebs. Boston Sports not doing the best today. Here's Caleb Durbin. Look at a ball low. One pitch to Medina. Or by Medina to Durbin. He'll foul that one back. Caleb's walked in the first, scored a run. Durbin, foul that one off to the right. Counts 1-2. One, two to Caleb. Bottom of the seventh. Durbin will foul that off. He's trying to get back on track here. Red Sox trying to stop it from happening. 1-2 pitch to Caleb. Swings and misses at a nasty slider. That will end the seventh. At the top of the eighth. Looks like the Red Sox are going to lose some ground on the Yankees. We got 2 innings left, but not looking good right now. So I was looking this up the other day. Because a lot of the stuff that this team is doing this year is harkening back to only people that do it are the championship teams from 04, 07, 13, and 18. So the Red Sox entering the trade deadline in 04 were 10 games above 500. Not great, but not terrible. After that, they went on a 42-18 run. Right now, they're on a 31-5, might be 6 run, as Butler will lead off the eighth with a fly ball to center field, and Rafael will make the catch. Quick out there for Burgos. So 31-5. They would have to go 12-13 to finish the season to reach that milestone. I don't think they're going to be that bad. It just goes to show you what this team has been doing this season, which makes games like tonight so rare. First pitch to Jeff McNeil is a ball outside. Why this team might need guys like Rutschman, guys like Roman Anthony, guys like Trevor Story. If you can get this lineup back. McNeil will foul it off. It's 2-1. The other thing is you've done all of this without those guys. So I mean, even you got Meade from the Nationals at the deadline. His first game in Sacramento against the Athletics, gets a ball on the wrist. McNeil looks at that ball inside. 3-1. An interesting problem. It's a good problem if you're Chad Tracy and Craig Breslow. McNeil will fly this one at center field again. Cedar Rafael under makes the catch. 2 gone. Again, Gage jumped 6 innings, just 2 earned runs, struck out 11 today. Kept the Red Sox at bay. Here comes Mr. Walton, who will foul one off into the mitt for strike 1. Donovan Walton had a 2-run double in the 6th. 0-1 pitch to him. Swung on a miss on a sweeper. Count 0-2. Burgos in his second inning of relief of Jake Bennett. 0-2 pitch to Walton. Grounds one to second base. Sogard on the backhand. Throws over to Contreras to end the top of the 8th. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox down 4. Crud. So Red Sox would fall to a game and a half back of the Yankees. And only up 5 games on other teams. So Adley Rutschman today, 2 at-bats and 1 hit. Also had 2 RBIs. His game today with the Woo Sox, were up 16-0 on the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Duran, Rafaela. So take a look at the lineup for today. So put Story in with Monasterio. Put Roman in with Eli White. Story Monasterio. Meade at second with Sogard. Contreras at first. Rutschman at catcher. Then you can platoon that DH role. I personally think that's Yoshida's job. Wilson Contreras lead off the bottom of the 8th, and a look at a strike at the bottom of the zone. Counts 0-1. Seth Johnson in to pitch for the Athletics. 5.40 earned run average. Second pitch to Contreras. Fouls it off. Count 0-2. Wilson has struck out all 3 times today. Now look at a ball up. This Red Sox team has done some things, but this might be one of the days. Contreras will ground that one to third. And that is 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. I'll bring up Andrew Monasterio. One for 2 today. First pitch, you will see from Johnson. Right back over the inside corner for a strike. 2-run single and a walk today for Andrew. Yeah, I was going to say, Contreras did not run that one out and doesn't look too healthy. One to Andrew. 99 thrown right by him for strike 2. On 2 pitch, outside, 2-2. Can the Red Sox get something going this inning? At the top of the lineup, at the bottom half, not with stuff like that. Monasterio strikes out. 2 gone. A second straight game that I've done, our starting pitchers just shut down the Red Sox. Now Eli White. Look at a ball. Two strikeouts and reached on a fielder's choice today for Eli. Looks at a ball, just misses. Counts 2-0. Two-a pitch coming from Johnson. That one tipped into the mitt for a strike. Count 2-1. To 1 pitch. White chases one below the zone again. Count 2-2. Two pitch to White. Here it comes. Looks at it upstairs. Count 3-2. Three-two pitch. White will ground it foul and do it again. Red Sox looking for anything. 3-2 pitch. Ground foul again. This will be the 7th or the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Nothing but 4 seams and sliders so far. 3-2 pitch again. White fouls it off again. And again, the graphic they just showed is crazy. White lays off, ball 4. Keeps the inning alive. Red Sox are the first team to win. I remember that stat that I just saw correctly. First team to win 30 plus games over a stretch of a season when they entered it beforehand, 10 games under 500. That's never been done before in Major League Baseball, NBA, or the NHL. That's crazy. I think the only reason why the NFL is not on there is because there's not enough games to do that. Comes Nick Sogard, 2 for 3 today with a double and a single. Looks at a strike at the top of the zone. Johnson up to 20 pitches this inning. The 0-1. Sogard rips this one to right. Butler going back, and it's over his head. Hops against the wall. White rounding third. He's going to score. Sogard into second. And the Red Sox inch closer at 6-3. Now, hold on a second. As this is going to be interesting. This might be a ground rule double. And if it is, I don't think White scores. Yeah, it hits off the railing in the bullpen. But the question is that part of the wall? So if this is overturned, it will be second and third with 2 outs. I believe so. And I don't think it caught the wall before it hit the rail. Let's see what Ron Culpo, the crew chief. So it'll be second and third. For the Red Sox in the bottom of the 8th. New pitcher coming on for the Athletics. Oh, come on, boys. Come on. I would double check and see how hurt Willier is. Because right now, Jaron can't hit a beach ball. And I really don't trust him to get anything right now. How he is still here at the trade deadline. I'm happy because I think he's misunderstood, but it's just he has survived. He has survived literally trade deadline after trade deadline. It's weird. Hogan Harris, new pitcher for the Athletics. Duran will step in to face him. First pitch. Clips the top of the zone for a strike. Oh, one pitch coming to Jaron. Whiffs on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-2. Jaron Ben, 217 against lefties, 199 against righties. That is weird. But has 14 more home runs against righties than he does against lefties. 0-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Oh, come on. Connor Wong on deck. 0-2 to Jaron. Lays off a high fastball. It's 1-2. Crowd mostly has stayed at Fenway. 1-2 pitch. Blown right by him for strike 3. Runners stranded on second and third. We head to the top of the ninth. Well, the good news is we're going to hit the top of the lineup in the bottom of the ninth. Bad news is we're not going to be any closer. Unbelievable. It's absolutely crazy. We're heading for 0 for 3 on Red Sox live streams this season. And the Revolution lost to the Houston Dynamo. Yeah, I don't know. Willier, if he's not doing good, fine. Why is Massa not playing or not hitting in that situation? Also, he's an outfielder by trade. Well, the good news is Adley Rutschman went 1 for 2 today with a double and 2 RBIs and 2 walks in his first rehab outing with Worcester. Also threw out a runner stealing. Burgo's back out there for the 9th. First pitch is crushed by Bolte and gone to center field. .439 feet to dead center. First pitch, crushed. Here comes Jacob Wilson, 2 for 4 today. Looks to strike on the outside corner. Not going to ground one. Durbin plays it on a hop, fires it over to Contreras. Makes the catch. Heck of a play by Wilson. Heck of a play on both ends. Durbin played it on a hop to himself. And Wilson on the stretch made the play. So heck of a play on both ends. Now Jonathan Heim. Foul one off. I'm 1 for 4 today. Chase unable to check his swing. Count 0-2. I'm 1 for 4 today. He had a 2-run single back in the 5th. 0-2 pitch to him in the dirt. Count 1-2. Burgos at 28 pitches out of the pen. Heim fouls that one off. Can the Red Sox, first of all, shut down this inning? And then in the bottom half, can they pull off something that resonates the Mother's Day miracle? For those of you who don't remember, they were down 5 runs to Baltimore on Mother's Day in 2007 and came back to win that game. Burgos strikes out Heim, 2 gone in the top of the 9th. I don't think so. We're going to stay with it just in case. But this team does not have as much firepower as that 07 team. Soderstrom back up. Swings and misses at a changeup for strike one. Soderstrom 1 for 3 today. He has a walk and a solo home run. That solo home run made it 6-2. That one clips the bottom of the zone for strike two. Oh, 2 pitch, strike three called. And this one might be coming back. Oh, just clips the zone for strike three. So we'll head to the bottom of the ninth. Can the Red Sox pull off a miracle? Seven two. This would be the craziest thing we have seen in a while. But tall task. Red Sox were down 5-0 against the Baltimore Orioles in the bottom of the ninth and scored 6 unanswered runs. They even had one out in the inning. Don't know if that's happening today, but let's see what happens. Red Sox combined winning percentage of their remaining opponents is .462. Connor Wong to lead off the bottom of the ninth. Low for a ball, and the Athletics are going to challenge that, and that one wasn't even close. Yeah, Allen's not even close. Okay, so it's 1-0. Connor Wong grounded out, popped down, struck out. And he ropes one to left field, and that one's caught for the first out of the ninth. By Soderstrom. We'll take a moment. I think we got a couple of people left, but we've had 104 people stop by in this live stream today. I want to thank all of you for joining us. On this Saturday evening, Jahmai Jones steps in. Looks at a ball upstairs, and the Athletics are out of challenges. Otherwise, they would have gotten that one. 1-0 to Jahmai. That's in there for a strike. Jahmai, the one player who's played well today, is a single and a double. 1-1 inside, count 2-1. 2-1 pitch to Jahmai. That one inside, but the Red Sox have a challenge left, and I think Jahmai is going to get this one. Yes, he does. Count 3-1. Red Sox keep the challenge. It's where the challenges become big. 3-1 pitch to Jemai. And he ropes one down left field line. That's a base hit. Gonna bang up against the CVS sign. Jemai rolls into second with a stand-up double. His second of the game. The Red Sox have a runner on. One gone here in the ninth. My favorite quotes from that Mother's Day miracle came from Julio Lugo. Being patient and aggressive at the same time. That was his batting philosophy. Can the Red Sox do that? Cedon starts off with a ball, 1-0. 1 for 4 days, Rafaela with a single. Chase that one, grounds a foul. Tarps off, rally caps on. Most of the crowd sticking around for Fenway. On low, 2-1. Harris's 2-1 pitch. Cedon rips one, but that one's foul. Shout out to my dad in the chat. We've hit 98,896 views for the channel so far. Thank you guys. 2-2 to Cedon. Did he hold up? No, he did not. So that's strike 3. 2 gone in the ninth. Oh, no, yeah. Caleb Durbin. Trying to keep this alive for the Red Sox. Looks at a ball. Caleb walked and scored. Oh, okay. Shout out to my mom who's watching, who sent out that stat. 98,896 views for the channel. Curveball in for a strike to Durbin. 1-1. 1 pitch. Durbin swings and misses at a changeup, and the count's 1-2. Red Sox will try to salvage the series tomorrow at 1:35. 1-2 pitch. Inside, count 2-2. Andrew Monasterio in the hole. Wilson Contreras on deck. Should Durbin keep it going? 2-2 pitch. Fouls one off. Caleb fighting like heck. 2-2 pitch to him. Durbin lines one to left field. That's going to get down. Coming into a slide is Soderstrom. Jones is going to score. And it's 7-3 Red Sox. When that one got down, Soderstrom went into the slide. I thought they were going to hold Jones. No, he was able to get there. Well, I'll bring up Wilson Contreras. He has struck out all 4 times today. What a time this would be to break out. Some people up on their feet. Wilson, 3 strikeouts and a ground out. First pitch to him. Lined up the middle, threw for a base hit. Durbin to second, Contreras to first. Sad it took this long. The Red Sox are making it interesting. Andrew Monasterio in. First pitch to him, inside, ball 1. Next pitch, Chase is one below the zone for a strike. Andrew 1 for 3 today. Next pitch, outside, 2-1. Eli White on deck. 2-1 pitch to Andrew. Inside, 3-1. Brady Basso getting up in the bullpen. 3-1 pitch. Finds the top of the zone for a strike. Something interesting here. Full count. Runners moving. Monasterio fouls one off. Got a kid in the crowd I just saw with a white JD Martinez jersey. Some tarps are off at Fenway Park. Another full count offering. Down, ball 4. Bases loaded for the Red Sox. Think they're going to let Eli White go. This is going to get interesting. Eli White is going to bat against Harris. First pitch to him. Right there for a strike. Not great career with the bases loaded for Eli. Red Sox at every base. Some weather coming. Lays off a high fastball. It's 1-1. Think got some weather coming in. Red Sox have got to do this now. 1-1. Inside for a ball. 2-1. Just in case Chappie up in the bullpen. 2-1 to White. Inside. Counts 3-1. Sogard on deck. Thunder rumbling both in the skies and in the stands at Fenway. 3-1 pitch to White. Swings, center field, caught. And that is the ball game. So the Athletics hold on. Red Sox gave them a scare in the ninth. But the A's come away with a victory, 7-3. Red Sox try to salvage the series tomorrow, 1:35. Cannot thank you guys enough for joining us here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. 116 views. Almost 99,000 views for the channel so far. And we will try to break the streak next weekend or sometime around there. Hopefully the Red Sox can get a win when we're streaming here on the channel. Again, your final score from Fenway: Athletics 7, Red Sox 3. I want to thank you guys for joining us here on the Game Time Voice YouTube channel. Game Time Voice is the voice of the common sports fan. Have a good night, everybody.